Hi students, hope you all will be safe and healthy. This is your English grammar class and our today's topic is adjective clause. As you know, we have discussed two main types of clauses, independent clauses and dependent clauses, in which further we have discussed different types of dependent clauses. We have discussed noun clause and today we are discussing adjective clause. An adjective clause, also known as an adjective clause, is a type of dependent clause. As you already know that it is a subtype of dependent clause that works to describe a noun in a sentence. It would function the same as an adjective is doing in a sentence, as an adjective is always modifying a noun or a pronoun, so an adjective clause will also do the same function of the adjective in a sentence. It would also modify or describe a noun in a sentence. It functions as an adjective. As we have discussed in adjective phrase as well, that adjective phrase also functions the same as of an adjective. So here adjective clause would also function the same, but as its name mentioned that it would be an adjective clause, which means that a clause is always having a subject and a verb in it. So an adjective clause would be a group of words consisting of subject and verb, and it would be modifying a noun in a sentence. So that's why we call it an adjective clause. It would be a clause functioning as an adjective in a sentence. That's why we have given it the name adjective clause. The adjective clause will follow one of these two patterns. It is always following this type of pattern, that it consisting of a relative pronoun or an adverb at the start, then its subject and then verb. As we have discussed that as it is a clause, so it would be having a subject and verb as well, but it would always started with a relative pronoun or adverb. That's why it is also known as relative clause. As we have discussed that in dependent clauses we have different types of clauses, in which one was mentioned that relative clause is also one of its type. So this relative clause and adjective clause is almost the same, because an adjective clause always started with a relative pronoun. That's why we can call it a relative clause as well. Why? Because it is always starting with a relative pronoun, but as it is functioning as an adjective in a sentence, that's why we call it an adjective clause as well. It begins with relative pronouns that are different. Relative pronouns are given here: that, which, who, whom, whose, when, where, why, and so on. So they would always be starting with these relative pronouns. Then it would be consisting of a subject and a verb. Let's look at the examples, then it would be more clear to you. Okay, then another thing, that we have two different subtypes, we can say, are different two types of adjective clauses. One is defining adjective clause, while another is modifying adjective clause. Now what is the main difference between defining and modifying? As you know, defining mean the definition, to give definition to something, to define something. So whenever an adjective clause is defining someone or something in a sentence, then it would be defining adjective clause. Now let's look at it, that how it is defining someone or something. Also remember that it has no commas after it. Like whenever an adjective clause is defining adjective, then it would not consisting of any commas in it. Like look at the examples: the man who lives next door is a doctor. The man who lives next door is a doctor. So here you can see there is no comma in this sentence. So they are saying that defining adjective clause would be having no commas in it. Now look at the sentence, and the adjective clause is underlined in it. Who lives next door is an adjective clause. Why? Because the first thing, it is starting with a relative pronoun, that is who, then lives next door. So here it is telling us about the man, that which man. So that's why it is an adjective. Why? Because it is telling us something more about the noun. And which noun? The man. But you know, like here they have just mentioned the man. They haven't mentioned a name of any man. They are just saying the man who lives next door is a doctor. So now here we didn't know that which man, so that's why it is an defining adjective clause. Why? Because it is defining the noun man here. It is giving some definition to the noun man here, that which man who lives next door is a doctor. So here if we omitted this adjective clause from it and we just say the man is a doctor, so which man, the meaning would not be clear. So that's why to give further definition to the noun man we have added this who lives next door. So it is an adjective clause, but it is a defining adjective clause. Why? Because it is defining the noun man here. Look at another one, that then it would be more clear to you. Then we have modifying adjective clauses. It has commas. Remember that modifying adjective clauses always having commas in it. As you can see, Dr. Smith, comma, who lives next door, comma, is a retired surgeon. Now here, why is it called modifying adjective clause? Because it is further modifying something. Modifying mean that it is not defining it. We already know about something, but it is much more giving more description to something. That's why we are calling it modifying adjective clauses. Like look at the sentence, Dr. Smith, who lives next door, is a retired surgeon. So here this adjective clause, which is the same as mentioned in the last sentence, who lives next door, but here it is modifying Dr. Smith. It is modifying the noun here. That's why it is an adjective clause, but it is modifying adjective clause. Why? Because it is modifying the noun here. Like if we omitted this adjective clause here and we just say Dr. Smith is a retired surgeon, so still it is clear to us that Dr. Smith is a person who is a retired surgeon. So this type of modifying adjective clauses, if they are omitted from a sentence, its meaning would be still clear, but here they are just modifying Dr. Smith, that which Dr. Smith, who lives next door. So that's why we have this comma in the start and at the end of this adjective clause, because it can be, these commas functions for it, that if it is omitted, still the meaning of the sentence would be clear. So that's why we call it a modifying adjective clauses, because it is furthering modifying the noun. It is not just defining the noun as it is mentioned in the last sentence, that the man who lives next door. Here it is more defining the man. We didn't know about the man, so it is defining it, that which man is there. But in the next sentence we already know about Dr. Smith, the name of the person, the name of the man who lives next door, so it is just adding something more to it. It is just modifying the noun here. So that's why it can be omitted as well. Then we have some other types of adjective clauses. Ahmad went to the same store where Sajid bought him a shirt. Ahmad went to the same store. So here from starting from where, it is an adjective clause, where Sajid bought him shirt. Why? Because it is modifying that which store. Ahmad went to the same store. It is modifying the store, that is a noun, where Sajid bought him shirt. Sami went to study in Boston. So here you can see already as the name of a university is mentioned, so that's why we have some extra information. We have added comma here, where some of the words based universities are based. So it is giving just extra information, or it is modifying the noun Boston here, while in the previous sentence we didn't know about the store, that which store. So that's defining adjective clause, and here it is modifying adjective clause. Then look at the next sentence. The only effort that matters is that or which leads to when. Here that and which both can be used, that's why we have put a slash in between them. The only effort that matters is which one effort, which leads to when. So here it is an adjective clause. Why? Because it is modifying the abstract noun effort here. Hope this lecture would be clear to you and you would be able to differentiate between defining adjective clauses and modifying adjective clauses. Your homework for today is that you have to write 5 sentences which would be consisting of adjective clauses. Hope this lecture would be clear to you. See you in my next class. Till then, bye bye.